Sure, sounds great. I'm alive! How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Degen Dash Marathon. I'm PeekingBoo, and today we are playing Cuphead with dance pads. Before we get started, any of you that are watching from the Twitch front page, hello. Maybe take a moment to say hi to us on the page so that you can join in chat and see, I don't know, all the memes that follow through, I guess. Anyway, we're going to be starting a Cuphead All Bosses run, and this is going to be a disastrous train wreck, but I hope you enjoy, nonetheless. My channel as well. Appreciate you all coming out. I know this isn't my usual streaming time, but, you know, 6:45 in the morning is okay with me. Sort of. I'm dead inside. So anyway, we're playing Cuphead All Bosses. The first thing to note about this is that we're playing on the Legacy patch. What that basically means. A bunch of cool things that make the game fast, and I'm not really a fan of that, so we're going to go with the fast stuff. My cam is freezing. Can anyone confirm on Milk's end? That would be great. Also, is it just the camera or like the whole thing? Because I'm not dropping any frames. Just a heads up. Okay, well, I mean, I'm not dropping frames, so that's what I'm curious about. Also, I just killed the run, so I may as well start again. Okay. Not really, but... Okay. Alright, well, I'm streaming to Melbourne instead of Sydney now, so fingers crossed with that. Alright. So let me get this all set up again. Are we back, by the way? Okay, fantastic. So we're going to exit to title. This is a, lag again? Well, heck. Dude, it's been like one day and net neutrality is dead. Thank you so much. I mean, I can keep trying servers, but is it actually looking good on your end? Because if it's looking good on your end and not... I mean, just saying, like, I don't normally have these issues, so... Okay. Alright guys, this is an improv stream. Here we go. No. Okay. Can anyone confirm? Can you see my leg? Like, hella wiggling. I hope so. I don't want to just keep wiggling my leg. Chat delay is freaky, man. I'm doing 3500. I can drop it if you want. Okay, fair enough. Alright, let's do that. Settings. So yeah, may as well do that. And 500 bitrate and the 30 FPS. Hopefully. This time, third time's a charm, and we can start our run. The viewer count is rising. And everyone is seeing this in all of its glory. Okay. We'll get a confirmation from chat. Hopefully we've got no buffering and my legs are, you know, everything they should be. I feel like such a goof doing this. But, you know, it's entertainment, I guess. I'm gonna pick better. Alright, we're good. Fantastic. We did it, fam. Tech support. Shoutouts to the boys in blue. Oh. We good, or? %. Alright. Let's go 2000. Let's play it safe. Let's play it safe. 1000, fam. Fingers crossed, everybody. Can we get some Bless RNG in chat? Just spam the hell out of Bless RNG. Let's get this thing happening. We need some good luck right now. We're slowly falling into behind schedule. And my run's not going to help that. Okay. Alright. Best is... Great. Well, that fills me with joy. Let's go, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Wait, are you good on timer, I should say? Fine, fuck it, let's go. Also, is this a family-friendly stream? I guess it's too late now. Alright, cool, fuck the timer, I don't care. Let's just do a run. Alright, so as I was saying, this is Cuphead. I can't remember all the stuff I said before, but I think it was along the lines of, we're not using patches because patches are evil. And long story short, I'm better than a game journalist. We just got through the tutorial. Oh lordy. But yeah, so for those of you that don't know what Cuphead is, it's a game that came out sometime this year. It's pretty much a Contra / Gunstar Heroes style game where you fight against a bunch of bosses with a dude that has a cup for a head. And beyond that, it's, you know, it's pretty stock standard. You get a bunch of weapons, you do a bunch of things, and we're doing it with dance pads because once upon a time everyone decided that this is the Dark Souls of whatever genre this is. And I don't know, I kind of set out to prove them wrong, and it ended up being so easy that I speedrun it now. So yeah. Hello everybody. Allow me to catch my breath and get my stuff together. Alright, so we've just collected a smoke bomb. That's going to allow me to dodge attacks without taking damage. So that's going to be great. Now the first thing I should probably note is that I'm not going to be like super speedy or anything. Part of the speedrun aspect, for me anyway, since I'm using dance pads, is that I want to try and survive as best as I can. And so in order to do that, a lot of it involves playing it safe. For example, hitting that flower, one would say that's a damage boost. Not for me. That's not a damage boost. That's scary. We shouldn't do that. But what we're doing at the moment is we're going through the run and gun stages to collect a bunch of coins so that we can upgrade our weapons and eventually just mince through the bosses. And if you guys in chat have any questions, feel free to ask, because I'm not the best when it comes to commenting on the game I'm playing. I'm going to be going over to the mausoleum. Typically in an all bosses speedrun, you will never see this stage. And the reason for that is because, you know, you have to do an entire stage. And that's a lot slower than not doing an entire stage. But, for me, it gives me access to Cuphead's first super attack, and I use that to stay invulnerable through a bunch of attacks, and also deal some quick damage. So, why is New Zealand better than Australia? Ah man, let's not bring politics into it. But the reason is, Australia is bigger, doesn't get earthquakes, and there's probably a third reason, but I can't think of it right now. But this is on regular difficulty, and I don't think there's really much more to say than that. In order to do all bosses, you need to play on regular difficulty, because you can't get to the King Dice and the Devil fight at the end without it. Basically, if you play this game on simple, you don't end up meeting the criteria of beating all the bosses, and so it doesn't let you continue to the end of the game. How much practice did this take? Honestly, I just played it casually, and it was fun. And then straight after that, we just started doing runs until I eventually beat it. It didn't take that long, though. I think my first run took me about 2 hours. And then I've just kind of been getting it down from there, so... Where did I find the pad? Now that's a question I get asked a lot, and I never know how to answer it properly, because it differs depending on where you live in the world. But, easiest place to find a pad, or in this case the arcade machine, is to go on eBay, maybe Craigslist, something like that. Just search for DDR 8th Mix or Supernova machine. Or you can go to an old arcade. Oh no, the frames! There's not much I can do, unfortunately. I apologize for the frame drops. My country is so far away from everything. Alright, so we've reached our first boss of the game. This is the root pack. Basically, it's a bunch of vegetables. They just stand still, so they're not too much of a threat. I needed that. Yeah, pretty much Kitsune. It's not a hard game, but there's certainly easier games out there. Oh, you bastard. I hate you. Well, that could have gone better. Okay. Oh, there we go. That was scary. Honestly, glitch detector, it happens a lot. Usually when people, like, notice it, I try not to make any attention or draw any attention to it. But yeah. So anyway, we've done our first boss. With that, we are now moving on to Ribby and Croaks. This is basically a 2 versus 1 sort of fight. We're going up against a couple of frogs that are going to be spitting bugs and all sorts of stuff like that at us. So I'm going to get up right up close to them. And I'm going to weapon swap. Oops. Now, one exploit about this game, which has recently been patched, and I think that's why a lot of people are pissy about it. There we go. Is that you can weapon swap, and during the cooldown of one attack, you can fire your secondary weapon. And the reason why that's important is because it basically lets you fire 2 weapons at once. Or 2 weapons at the same time that you can fire 1. And so we take advantage of that by basically standing next to the enemy and just spamming the weapon swap button. I don't do that much in this run, but I do it very early on. And because my weapon swap button isn't on my dance pad, I have to step off the dance pad in order to do it. Okay. Yep. So unfortunately we got some really bad RNG. Getting Tiger is the worst RNG you can get because it's a very slow attack and it limits the amount of attack, or it limits the amount of damage I can do on the boss. But this time we got Frog, and that's a little better because what you can do is you can just keep facing forward. I'm going to use my super now. And yeah, you can just keep facing forward and just wailing on the enemy basically. And I should be able to... Nope, didn't get him. So we have to do this entire slot phase again, and then within probably 5 seconds he's going to die. Or maybe 10. Oh no, we're good. So if I had have got 2 frogs, then I wouldn't have done that third phase. It's my boys! Hello boys! But yeah, some of the controller runs for this game are quite nutty. There's a lot of sequence breaks and things like that in this game that, for the most part, I can't do. I'm gonna try and do a bunch of them to jump around all sorts of which ways. So it's mostly just a case of staying stationary and letting him come to you, basically. Good. Thanks, Zero. But yeah, Shady, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, because I'm happy to answer. But long story short, we're beating Cuphead with dance pads because memes. Ow! Okay. Now, in any typical Cuphead stage, you only get 3 HP. Ooh, that was close. Damn it. Alright, we got him. We unfortunately lost time though, so it is what it is. So I guess I'll explain what each of these arrows are doing. So the blue arrows are my directionals. This is how I navigate the map and the stages and aim up and down and things like that. And then my red arrows are my actions. And so I've got jump, shoot, dodge, and super mapped. And then when I have to swap weapons, there's a button on the front of the dance machine that I have to step off the dance pads to use. So that's why every time I have to swap weapons, you're seeing me step forward, and I have no control over my character, and so it's not optimal for me to use. Alright, so we've entered our first flying stage. These stages, I would definitely prefer they didn't exist, but that's just because it's harder for me to control my character. So instead of it being a run-and-gun platformer style, I now have to rely on pretty much grid movement, which isn't favorable. Damn it. Because it's very hard to move in a 4-way grid than it is to just jump around, you know? Yeah, so typically, like, I try to avoid using the hand buttons, but, you know, that's basically why this is a dance machine run, or dance pad run, I guess, and not a foot run, because I do use my hands at some point. Whoa! Dude, bitch wants me dead. Okay. Now if you take a look at these flying saucers at the top, ow, I should really look at the flying saucers at the top. the red ones fire when you go under them, and the green ones fire before you go under them. And that's how you know exactly which ones to go through. I was too busy focusing on trying to explain it that I wasn't paying attention to what was actually going on. Okay, so we got an A-. Unfortunately, I took a few hits, but that's okay, it doesn't waste too much time. So from there, we're going to be doing our second run and gun stage. We don't normally do a second run and gun stage in controller or bosses, but because weapon swapping is bad and I don't actually want to do it for the run, I'm going to be getting... I'm going to be getting different weapons, which are powerful without weapon swapping. And we'll see what happens. By the way, I don't want to jinx it, but I just want to say we haven't died yet. And that's a plus. Okay. Ah, heck. Had kind of a really bad pattern there, but that's fine. Oh, okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Alright, so we're jumping along these leaves, jumping along these logs. These bugs are, you know, they're just there for show, basically. They don't help us in any way whatsoever. Alright. And that's that stage done. How did I achieve this level of multitasking? Barely. Honestly, I try to fake it as best I can. I'm reading chat during downtime, and the rest is just kind of, I'm trying my best to make sure I'm not just like drooling mindlessly while focusing on this. Okay. So, we are now going to try and attempt our first glitch of the game. If I fail it, it unfortunately means bad times, but... Oh god! Damn you! He normally goes below. That's even more risky now. Crap. Alright, we got the bad RNG. Come on. Give me good RNG. Dude, again? Did I get that in time? I did not. Okay. Alright, we're in trouble, fam. We're in trouble. Okay, we're good. We're good. Don't be like that, come on. Just let me kill you. I didn't get the glitch, and now he wants me dead. Oh my god. Okay, we're good. I lost about 15 seconds, but we didn't die, so that's important. What you can do is you can stun lock that guy by getting hit by his three-way attack. Didn't happen, so we had to do the boss normal, and it's scary times doing the boss normal. I normally fail it, and that's where I reset, so... So we're on good pace. I guess that's all I'm getting at. Like, because of the tech issues that we had at the start, I really want to make sure that we don't fall any further behind, you know? So with that, we collect our last coin, and we move on to World 2. Now, World 2 is where things, in my opinion, start getting interesting. World 1 is very much a tutorial sort of world, and it doesn't have a whole lot going for it. Like, most of the enemies are stationary. You know, they don't do much to kind of freak you out, but you know, this is now when we get bosses where pretty much every one of them is a different phase. So we just spoke to that guy there who gave us a missile, and we're going to be weapon swapping on the genie between our regular shot and our missile. Going north, it's actually all I use. So we're going to try and lay as much damage as possible, you know, before getting shooed away by cats. Oh, that last one curved. Wow. Wow! Well, rip me, I guess. Now, if you look, as I'm shooting down here, I'm actually dealing damage to an off-screen phase. Okay. Damage you there. So all of that was intended, but the fact that I only have 1 HP now is kind of scary. Just a heads up, we might die here. I don't normally do this part with 1 HP. Alright, so we skip that phase. Alright, be kind to me, please. Oh no. Oh no. I really screwed that up. So, we have to do the whole boss fight again every time we die. So yeah, taking that extra hit of damage at the start is, oh my god, is not actually what I wanted. But it is what it is. Oh well, count it everybody, that's our first death. Oh my god, really? Alright, we took another damage. I apologize for my sloppy performance. Alright. Using the keyboard isn't cheating? I'm not using the keyboard. This is part of the arcade machine. Like, it makes more sense on my screen, on my stream, because you can see all the buttons that I'm pressing, but I couldn't do it for this marathon, unfortunately. Okay. He dies now? Oh, he's still alive. That's scary. Oh, wow, dude. Dude, come on with this RNG, please. Alright, this is the worst RNG yet, wow. Now, if you haven't noticed, every time we've restarted this fight, the first attack of the boss changed. It's, oh my goodness. And that's problematic, because it's hard to have a consistent setup against it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, unfortunately at this point we've lost about two minutes. At this point I would say that PB is dead. But you know, these things happen. It is a hard game. It's a very unforgiving game. Alright, here we go. We've got 3 health this time. We shouldn't die. I'm not going to say we won't die, but we shouldn't. And just to make sure of that, I'm going to get right up close to him. I'm going to spam weapon swap. I'm going to take that hit, and we're just going to smash into him. There we go. See, if I had 2 HP every time then, and I took that 1 hit, then we would have been okay. But because I had 1 HP going into that every time, I had to rely on skill, and I don't have any skill. So I can't fall back on that. Alright, so we have done Jimmy the Great. Now it's time for us to go to the shop. We're finally getting the weapons that we need for the run. So I'm getting the Chaser, which is basically the no-skill gun. And I'm getting the Charge Shot. And the Charge Shot is super overpowered, so we're going to be taking advantage of that. So charge, chase. Why did I jump? What is wrong with me? So Baroness von Bonbon, as her name describes, basically commands an army of different candies. So, you know, we've got like I guess a candy corn, and then we've got a gumball machine. We might have a jawbreaker soon. There's some jelly beans with swords. We have a cupcake. I hate the cupcake. Damn it! What did I get hit by? Oh well. I have to freak out now. Whoa! Whoa, 2! I don't normally have 2 heads. Okay. That was scary. Please ignore me. Good stuff. Alrighty, moving on. Dude, the cupcake is like the worst because his attack spreads out so far and he's so hard to hit. This is pre-patch. We are running on Legacy at the moment. And that's not just because we're using dance pads. I apologize for that pun. But it's just a more interesting run, honestly. Okay. So we're now going up against a giant cuckoo bird. And for the most part, this boss is actually pretty easy. But at the same time, it's very easy to mess up. And if you do mess up, you know, it takes a long time. Oh my god! Just got hit by an egg. It takes a long time to get back to where you were. That's what I was trying to say. Alright, so let's try not to suck. He should die now? No? Oh, good. Die now? Before you attack? Oh, lord. Alright. Okay, we're good. I can deal with this. What did they patch, if this is the interesting run? They patched a lot of glitches. So weapon swapping isn't a thing that you can do anymore. You can't hit the boss's future phases off screen. They nerfed the charge shot, which makes the game harder for me for no reason. Okay, I'm in trouble though. I'm in trouble. I'm a speedrunner. I know what's going on. I'm in control. Haha! Being on 1 HP is the scariest shit in this game. Like, it's the worst. Yeah, Flame Warp pretty much described it perfectly. Like, there's just nothing that really separates it from, I guess, just a regular playthrough. Has there been a death? Yeah, there's been 2 on Jimmy. Or 3 maybe, I'm not sure. Alright, so now we've got Beppy the Clown. Which I think a lot of people like to call Beppis. And he makes a lot of balloons appear. And they home in on where you were. So, damn it. So as long as you keep moving around, it's alright. I didn't want to take damage there though, so that's a shame. Alright, now I have to try and get 5 hits on this guy before the thing happens. Damn. Alright. Oh no! Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Thank you. So I missed that last hit. Which means now we're going into the final phase with only 1 HP, which is always scary. So can I get some bless RNG in chat once again as we go up against the RNG penguins? Which side are they going to be on? Oh good, behind me. My favorite. Alright, we're good. The penguins are scary because they throw baseballs where you are. And unfortunately, 3 out of 4 of them appear behind me. Sorry, 3 out of 4 of them appear in front of me, so I can pick them off with my super. But that one that I miss has the potential to kill me. So... Alrighty, final stage of World 2. Grim Matchstick. Everyone's favorite dragon. I have a bad habit of dying pretty much on the last hit of the boss fight, so look forward to that. It's actually a recurring theme of my playthroughs, but I try my best to carry myself. Alright. So this... I jumped. Hell to you. I jumped. So this guy's attacks are pretty standard. And they jump at you. All you have to do is remember where you were standing. And then look at which direction they're facing just before they jump. And you'll know exactly where they're going to go. Now I'm playing this part super safe, because as you can see, if I shoot his attack, it explodes into a 4-way attack. Okay. And he likes to do it right at me. He nearly got me too. Still, that was easy, right? Speedruns. Now with World 2 done, we move on to World 3, which is the final part of the main bosses. And these bosses are all really interesting. It's very easy to die. Absolutely very easy to die. But, I don't know. Somehow I have to get through in one shot, so let's do it. So first of all, we're going up against Rumour Honeybottoms. She summons her, I guess her British police chief, B here, to take care of me. There we go. So now that he's done, she has to take care of the work. So she's going to drop down either the middle, the left, or the right. And these platforms that I'm jumping up are randomly generated. So this middle attack, where it's basically the equivalent of bullet bills going back and forth, if I don't get good platforms, it can absolutely screw me. Okay, let's go up this side, thank you. She should be dead momentarily, please. I don't want to deal with the final phase, thank you. So if you deal enough damage to her, you can completely skip her last phase where she turns into a plane. And thankfully that's what we did. So yeah, that's great. That's great. Now it's time for the run killer. That's right. In addition to all the other bullshit, there are things that can just outright kill the run. So here comes, I guess what I'd consider the main glitch in the game. We're gonna Okay. Dude, I couldn't see myself because of the foreground elements. You get used to that. Okay. So I've pretty much destroyed all of the robot's parts. So now we have to attack the heart in the middle. To do this quick kill, I need to get the heart down to half health, which is indicated by like a broken heart symbol, which, as you can see now, is there. I then have to swap weapon and do that. We just beat Dr. Carl's robot. Basically, if you do a weapon swap and then do the homing missile special twice on that broken heart, you deal just enough damage where it kills him. I don't really know how to explain it, I don't fully understand it, but if you mess it up, you either have to choose between doing the rest of the fight or starting the boss fight again. So that's a super simple boss fight. And now we're on to Sally's stage play. Ah, heck. Now Sally's a bit of a bitch because she jumps around a lot. A lot of my attacks just go over her. Whoa. Or under her, I should say. Whoa! Dude, I hate you. But if you stand right here, you can actually shoot one of her hitboxes off screen and deal bulk damage before she comes back. Please die. There you go. And I'm going to continue shooting this hitbox, because now that it's come down, we can... Oh god! We can do regular damage. Are we going to get lightning? No, we're not. Cool. Alright, she's dead. GG, everybody. So that's like the main exploit in these games, is shooting off-screen hitboxes wherever possible. At least with a charge shot. I don't know what it's like for the other weapons. I think you can deal enough damage where it doesn't matter. But for me, it's hecka important. So like, that's pretty much why we run on Legacy, because if I played with the patch, not only would my main weapon be nerfed, I also wouldn't be able to do those off-screen shots. Alright, so now we have the Tom and Jerry themed boss. So we have this mouse in a tin can that's shooting a whole bunch of weapons at me. I guess he's like a general of some sort. And this is his... Okay, that phase is done. Alright, so now Tom takes over. And so he's going to be scratching left and right. Every time he does, some wooden planks fall from the top. It's very easy. And then when the two mouse ghosts appear, that's when I use my super to pick them all off. And I guess we can kill him too. And turns out the mouse was inside the cat, controlling him the whole time. Wow. So this run is nearly over. We've got maybe 4 more bosses to go. And then that's it, fam. That's all I got. Hey, Conkles. Shooting and looting. Now, a lot of people say that this is pretty much Bluto from Popeye. I guess I could agree with that, but only because I can't think of any other Sailor characters. I think one thing I've neglected to mention the entire run is that any purple projectile, or any pink projectile that gets shot at me, I can use a parry. And what that means is that I basically jump off it. And it fills up 1 card in my super meter at the bottom left. So these pink things here, I'm actually using them to build up my super so that I can do super attacks at the end. Hey, please die. Damn. Alright, so now we have to deal with his beam. I didn't duck in time. That's fine. Please die. Thank you. Now that pink beam that you just saw, you can actually parry on that as well. You can jump on that for the entire beam without taking damage. There was an anime about sailors on the moon. What was it called? A More Human Pete? Oh, you mean like Disney's Pete, right? Okay. So, here we are with this game's main waifu. Everyone's favorite, Carla Maria. Hips that sink ships, my friends. And on top of that, she's an RNG nightmare. Okay, so that should be good now. Bitch, come on. I might die here, just a heads up. This part with 1 health is very inconsistent. I'm in trouble, get back. Okay. Please? Whew. She was kind today. This is actually the best run I've had all week, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. It's going pretty well, considering. In case you don't know, I'm only 3 minutes behind PB, and considering every time I die, I lose a minute, that's pretty good. Alright, so we're now finishing up with our main boss, oh sorry, our final main boss, before we get to endgame. So this is the Phantom Express. This is a really creative stage. We're basically fighting a ghost train. So what I'm going to do is switch to the spread shot here, so I can attack this ghost and all of its eyes. And then those pink blocks that the pumpkins are dropping, I'm going to parry those to build up my super meter. For no real reason though. I'm mostly just doing it to protect myself. I'm gonna let that block fall on that part of the cart so it moves me to the forward, to the middle, moves me to the forward. Wow. This guy can't words today. And what I'm trying to do is let these pumpkins kind of guide me around. So you can see that they're moving me. They're kind of moving me to the left, middle, and right, and I'm just trying to get into the position where I can hit the Skelly Man's head. Unfortunately, we didn't get it that time, but that time the pumpkin was kind. There we go. Okay. And now we're going to switch to the chaser, because it's just safer for me to stand over here and wail on him like this than it is to go over to him when he's doing that beam attack. Now he should die, yep. And so now we're good. We calculate runs without load time. And so that estimate was 1 hour and 5 without loads. I don't actually know how long we've been going real time, but every time I die and the game has to load, that's losing more time than what it is for me in my actual pace. So like I can see for me, I've been going for 41 minutes, but I don't know how long I've been going in real time, and that scares me. So, you know, it's important that I don't die, basically. Let's switch back to Charm Shot. We're up to the final 2 bosses, though. So, with that, let's give a hand to King Dice. If we have any Trihex subs here, there should be a King Dice emote that y'all use. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a 2. 3, 3, 3, 2. Alright. So all of the boss order is pretty much predetermined. So I'm going to be doing 2, 4, and 9. Because 2 always gives me the chips, 4 always gives me the dominoes, and 9 gives me the monkey. And unfortunately the monkey quick kill was patched. Which is a shame because it's so stupid, it should have stayed in. Yeah, this is all bosses. Technically this counts as one boss. Alright, so now we're going to get a 3. There we go. So that takes us to 4. Good. No, bosses in this game are defined as whatever you collect a soul contract from. There we go. So that's the dominoes done. Honestly, Flame Warp, that would be like super boring, I reckon. Like, for running. Okay. There we go. Alright, let's go for this 9. Like, I was gonna play it safe and do the 7, but I'm feeling lucky. Let's do the 9. There we go. Hitting that dice is actually harder than it looks. Because sometimes you mistime it. Monkey, no! Stop it! Welcome back, Arctic Reverus. Is that enough? There we go. No! Oh, wow! Dude, this monkey is trolling me. There he goes. Alright. So in order to quick kill the monkey, all you have to do is when he's locked, or stun locked, you just scroll the screen, and he bounces off the outer bounds of the screen. Okay, let's get a 3, shall we? So with this phase, what we have to do is we have to bounce off the pink cards, otherwise we take damage. Like that. So I'm going to try not to do that, because I only have 4 HP. There we are. So he should be dead pretty much now? No? There he goes. And with that, we are up to the final boss fight. Does Cuphead contain any horsey bosses? It has a seahorse. That's all I can think of. Number 6 or 7? 7's the roulette. I can't remember. Oh yeah, no, that's right. There's the racehorses. That's right. I don't like that one. That's why I don't play it. But yeah, that's number 6. Number 1 and number 6 are the worst bosses in that. Terrible. Okay. So Milk, or whoever is hanging out. Just a heads up, when we get knockout on this fight, that is time. So that'll be coming up very shortly. Okay, we've already had bad RNG straight up with the spider. Dude, heck you. Okay, he's done. You can attack this boss with his off-screen hitboxes and skip all of his phases. So he should be dead any second now. There we go. GG everybody. That is time. Okay. What did I end up with? Okay, that was actually a lot better than I thought. Wow. That's a lot better than I thought. Wow. Okay, cool. Cool. So, I guess just before we move on, just want to give a shout out to all my boys that pretty much tuned in 12 hours different to when I normally stream. Much appreciated, guys. If you want to see more of this garbage, I also run Mario Odyssey and a bunch of other games on dance pads over on my channel, twitch.tv/PeekingBoo. But following that, who do we have next? We have Simple Flips, right? Nuts and bolts? Oh, damn, I can't... Are you telling me I can't shout out Simple Flips? Alright, fair enough. I just wanted to meme. But that's fine, that's fine. So who have we got next? Mad Taz next. Alright, we'll give Mad Taz some love, everybody. And thank you all